Welcome to another edition of the Dark Days Dawning podcast. I'm your host, Michael Mulville, the author of Hypnosaga, which is a history of hypnosis and hypnotherapy. Get it today on Amazon. Today we're going to discuss Aztec healing and hypnosis of the Aztec era. The Aztecs were an advanced Mesoamerican civilization that inhabited the region of Central America. Their civilization reached its peak in the 14th to the 16th century. The Aztec Empire centered around the Valley of Mexico. Due to military conquests and alliances, the Aztecs spread through the Mesoamerican region, impacting politics and culture. In Mexico, the heart of the Aztec Empire was in the capital city, Tenochtitlan. The Aztec sphere spread to modern-day Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. They were adherents of the Mexica religion. This polytheistic belief system involved deities, rituals, and ceremonies intertwined with an understanding of the cosmos, nature, and the afterlife. The Aztecs worshipped hundreds of gods and goddesses. Each governed a different aspect of life, nature, and the universe. The Aztec worldview was deeply cosmological. The universe had multiple layers, including the earth, the heavens, the underworld. The Mexica religion involved ritualistic sacrifices, including human sacrifices. Featherworks, music, dance, and prayers were vital aspects of Aztec religious practices. Their calendar was linked to religious practices within their 365-day ritual calendar that tracked agricultural and seasonal cycles. Within that year, they had 260 days that were devoted to rituals. Aztec and Mesoamerican medicine have influenced modern pharmaceutical medicine. Many plants that the Aztecs used have been scientifically validated. The Aztecs used aloe vera for skin wounds, healing and soothing, chili peppers for pain relief and digestive issues, nopal cactus to treat inflammation, diabetes, and digestive issues. Epizot was used for gastric problems and intestinal parasites. Marigold was used for healing wounds and eye health. Maguey plant was used for pain relief, wound care, and digestive issues. They used mint for headaches, digestive problems, and as a sedative. Yerba buena was used for stomach effects and calming. Sage for respiratory problems. Ginger for nausea and digestive issues. Aztec medicine was spiritual and practical. For example, they used quinine from the cinchona tree from the Andes to treat malaria. Curare, which was used to poison weapons and arrows, has a dual purpose of being a muscle relaxant and an anesthesia. For temples and ceremonial centers, they built pyramidal structures like the Templo Mayor in Tenochtitlan, dedicated to Huitzilopochtli and Tlaloc. The Aztecs certainly assessed the deepest parts of the subconscious mind for spiritual, religious, and healing purposes. In so doing, we see ancient examples of hypnosis. They explicitly aimed to activate altered states of consciousness by using various narcotics like psychoactive agents. These guided experience using reported dreams, sweat lodges, darkness, and of course narcotics to encourage focus, relaxation of the mind was of course a profound hypnotic experience. They described it as a journey of death, rebirth, cleansing of soul, imagination, and belief, whilst sacrificial rituals were accompanied by the use of hallucinogens. In the Aztec medical system, illness was seen as being caused by spiritual imbalance or a curse. The solution was to deeply employ the deployment of a shaman to access the spiritual world and to perform rituals using chants and incense. The Temescal, like the sleeping temples we saw in antiquity in ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, and ancient Greece, was a building made for people to have a profoundly spiritual and purifying experience. The Temescal, or sweat lodge, was especially used by people who were going to war. The Temescal served as a therapy for detoxification and spiritual practices. The Temescal emulates the hypnotic experience of going inwards to the hidden depths of the subconscious mind. Its physical structure was an enclosed space that is akin to closing down external distractions. They're narrowing down a focus, which of course is so emblematic of hypnosis. Steam was used to help relax the physical body with heat, whilst chanting helped focus the mind and cue thoughts as trance depth was being reached. The Temescal structure was a clay stone abode. Music, chanting, and drugs were used to help gain contact with the gods, which would help them with prophecy, visions, and to help make critical decisions to transcend the mundane world, to open a door to divine knowledge. The kind of drugs they used to induce trance were tepazoite, which is a powerful hallucinogenic brew, peyote, which contains mescaline. Shamans use peyote to receive guidance, heal trauma, and connect with nature. Psilocybin mushrooms, their effects would last for 8 to 12 hours and were considered to have the effect of making one deeply introspective and enable strongly visual and emotional experiences. Mescaline is a psychedelic compound that enhances sensory perception, colors, patterns, euphoria, and emotional insight with spiritual and mystical experiences. And of course, they distorted the user's sense of time. So you can see how this was a profoundly hypnotic experience for these people in the ancient Aztec culture. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Dark Days Dawning podcast. And I said you can get my book on Kindle. It's called Hypnosaga by Michael Mulvihill. Bye for now.